Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. If anybody is not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategic or compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses, so for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. I'm currently on a short vacation, so please excuse the lighting. In today's video I'm going to be looking at key developments in MMTLP. I'm also going to be sharing with you a review of the weekly watch list and also looking at a response from a FOIA request from one of the members. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from Reuters: China's frail second quarter GDP growth raises urgency for more support. So the growth wasn't as expected. So if we look at the summary here, GDP was up 0.8% quarter on quarter, showing slowing momentum. So it expanded 6.3% year on year in the second quarter due to low base effects. So in terms of the overall impact on the market, so the US currently in pre-market is mixed based on this downbeat assessment of Asia. However, I think we are expecting earnings this week, and hopefully with Tesla beating earnings, hopefully that should give a significant boost to the markets. Let's start by getting an update from Jennifer, who has kindly shared a response from Clifton representing Bridge Hydrocarbons, and in the email that she just recently received is: good morning, we should have an update within the next couple of weeks. So hopefully we will get some news from Bridge Hydrocarbons. I do appreciate that they have been fairly silent, and I am expecting more information from them forthcoming, and we also will be looking at this later on in the video as well. Let's now have a look at the FOIA request that was received by one of the members. So we can see here the response from the SEC with regard to the FOIA request, request number 2301678. So the person who requested the FOIA got this letter, and in this letter we can see reasons for the denial. So they're saying here your request for access to communications from the SEC or FINRA staff, employees, executive board members regarding short interest for stock symbol MMTLP for December the 1st, 2022 to December the 15th, 2022. Access is denied. So let's have a look at the reasons why they denied it, for the following reasons. First of all, they are looking at exemption 6, protecting records of information when disclosure would constitute a clearly unwanted invasion of personal privacy. So the interesting thing here, they are suggesting that there is a matter of personal privacy. So I'm not sure whose details they are looking to protect personally, and also looking to protect in terms of something specific. The other reason they've given exemption 7A, protecting the disclosure records compiled for law enforcement purposes, the release of which could be reasonably expected to interfere with enforcement activities. So it looks like they are suggesting that there could be a compromise in enforcement activities. So is that a suggestion that there is something going on, or is that a suggestion of just a cop-out? Not sure about that. The other reason they're giving is exemption 7C, protecting records and information, the release of which would reasonably be expected to constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. So again, a little bit of repetition there in exemption 7C. Exemption 8, they are saying to protect the information relating to operating and inspection reports prepared by, on behalf of, or for the use of the Commission or any agency responsible for the regulation or supervision of financial institutions. So they're protecting, looks like they are basically suggesting they are potentially protecting FINRA, and obviously as a financial institution. They're also possibly looking at protecting the broker dealers, and they are saying there's a protection for them related to operating and inspection reports on behalf of the Commission for any agency responsible for regulation or supervision. So the agency that is responsible for regulation and supervision is FINRA. So it looks like they're using all the cards available to try and protect us, FINRA, as much as they can. And what they have now said in the next part is, we have considered the foreseeable harm standard in preparing this response. So what they are saying here, we have considered to the harm to the thousands and thousands of shareholders of MMTLP, the harm to the pensions, the harm to the IRAs, the harm to the savings, the health, obviously the veterans, and due to protection of FINRA and also due to protection of privacy, they believe that that is more important than the harm. So they also stated here to the member, the appeal must be received within 90 calendar days. So it's not 90 working days, it's 90 calendar days. I am fairly confident the member will be responding with an appeal. And the appeal must be marked Freedom of Information Act appeal in the response. So what I'd also like to share with you here is information about further assistance. If anybody else has got a FOIA request out there, further interesting, you can contact the SEC FOIA Public Liaison by calling them on the number there on the screen or visiting the website on the screen as well. And final thing I'd like to share with you is an update for anybody who is looking to make their own FOIA requests. So this information has also been shared, and if anybody's looking to complete their own FOIA request, I believe there are thousands and thousands out there that are still waiting for a response, but the process is very simple, and the member concerned has now currently on FOIA request number 3, so obviously we are not giving up in terms of the reasons for the denial. So that is something that you could take into account potentially, if you can look at that and try to counter those arguments that we've just shared. But if you want to go online, simply typing into Google SEC plus FOIA request, and you'll get the URL on the screen there, hopefully to complete your request. As I said earlier, I do believe that Bridge Hydrocarbons and MMAT in particular need to potentially do more in the fight against what has currently happened with regard to MMTLP. I do believe that is now happening, so let's have a look at what's happened with regard to George, and he has entered one of the spaces, so we're talking about an MMTLP space. So shout out here to Michael, who stated, I joined the spaces call just now to support you and your community. You can share with the community what we are doing all we can. So this is obviously a response from George to Michael, that we are doing all we can from the Meta side, and I know Bridge Hydrocarbons is also working. So the words of reassurance from George, representing obviously speaking on behalf of Bridge Hydrocarbons. He's also stated, I cannot unfortunately speak as I am on the move, so I think he was just listening in the space. The other fact is Mr. McCabe became the chair of Bridge Hydrocarbons, should be indicated that he's fighting for the project in a meaningful way. That's his 2 cents. So I do agree with that. I do believe that Greg McCabe will fight tooth and nail. He does have a disdain for the shorts, but let's get some context from Michael. So he stated here, he's in a unique position in the community. He only currently cares about MMTLP and he is not a shill for MMAT. So he doesn't blindly defend and make excuses for them because he has a boatload of shares. So he believes he's unique in the community. He doesn't have any MMAT shares, but he believed that is why he may be free to criticize and not defend, and potentially be a little bit more impartial. So with regard to the FINRA and the whole battle, I'd like to give a shout out here to KJ Forever. And he stated here, as a reminder for everyone, those who were told by FINRA the last trading days of MMTLP were December the 12th. These are the people who were told: retail, brokers, OTC, vice president. Those who knew the last day of trading was going to be December the 8th due to the U3 halt, FINRA and the shorts. Potentially, maybe even some of the brokers, we're not sure. Who defrauded who? So a great message there from KJ Forever. And finally, I'd like to finish off here on MMTLP to give a shout out to Charles Bain, who has been one of the advocates for the truth. And he recently tweeted, today, in my take, I will take on the shorts and publicly ask Gary Gensler for an update on MMTLP. Unfortunately, I don't believe Gary Gensler has been forthcoming in providing the update, but time will tell. I finally like to finish off by providing a quick review of our weekly watch list. We've called out a number of stocks in the previous week. These included NKLA, that was on our watch list from the previous week as well. So congratulations to everybody who made significant gains in this. This was up in excess of 55% on the week, one of our best calls. We also have been monitoring FNGR, and I've covered this in a number of videos. That was also up 16.3% on the week, an extremely volatile high risk stock. one point it was also up over 43%, so a great idea there to protect your profits. We called out BABA and positive momentum and positive news on Barber, and that was also up 5% on the week. We also looked at NEO as potentially making a move closer to the $11 mark, and that was also up 5.8% on the week. BDTX, that was another call, that was up 3.4% on the week. TPH, that was dipped down to 0.53 cents on Monday, then closed up 14.1% on the week. So great idea always to wait for a dip before buying in. PWM, again, potential squeeze, got up over 100% on Monday. And then obviously a significant sell-off, closing down 28% on the week. So another lesson there to protect profits and always be careful what you trade. RIVN, we have been watching this for for quite a while now. 2 opportunities to get 10% returns, extreme volatility. Then after Monday's dip, it closed up 3.3% on the week. ALPP, that was up over 17% on the Monday. There was some good news there. Then there was a sell-off and it closed down 2.5% on the week. So not all calls are successful. And if you would like to get the copy of our daily stock alerts prior to trading each day, as well as our weekly watch list, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.